Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I have an update for you. I have changed my exposure slightly the last week and I have bought more Tesla. So I have a little bit less cash again. Now I am 22% Tesla, I would say. I am still majority cash, however. My crypto exposure is around 10% basically. I have not really added much ever since inauguration, and it was 35% at the inauguration. And because it was all in altcoins and also in meme coins, a lot of it was in meme coins. Since inauguration, 35% of portfolio shrunk into 10%. So disastrous actually, that it really hurts, and I have lost much less than everybody else basically over the past months. But even I have of course lost. The only way how not to lose was either to go all in gold or just go all in cash at the inauguration, and I wasn't confident enough to do such an extreme move. Anyway, let's talk about the present. I have bought more Tesla. The last week I have done two very interesting 2 minutes chart videos on X. I have also done one longer video on YouTube with charts. And the X videos that I have done, they were back to back, one day and another day. And the first one said we have to go to 4,818, intersect there the fib level, and then we can go up. We can have full recovery to new all-time highs, or we can have a bear market rally. And the second video the following day said, okay, no, we don't have to go to 4,818 S&P 500 because we've already gone there on futures. I showed futures, S&P 500 futures, and these did intersect the crucial 0.5 fib level. So depending on what you put your weight on, let me know in the comments if you feel like it. Which one do you think is more telling, whether it's the normal index S&P 500 or the futures? But either way, even if you go to 4,818, we only intersected, and we should come back and actually come back up strong. So for the rest of this month, we will either be already recovering or have one less, kind of like a fake dump, and just a little bit lower, just a sweep on the really micro scale to sweep the lows, and then we will, for the rest of this quarter at the very least, we will probably have optimism, bullish price action, etc, and even some greedy sentiment. So to me, even for the short, either for the short term or the long term, I am not yet completely clear whether I will hold Tesla for longer than few months, but I will decide based on what's gonna be happening the next month. But either way, I am confident that this will age well. When it comes to crypto, I was confident about the one indicator that I was telling you for 6 months plus. Nobody was paying attention to that. It was a fib level in time. Nobody paid attention, and I was right. Here, I was immediately, when I discovered it last summer, more than 6 months ago, I was immediately intrigued with the idea, and I immediately thought this will work. This has a good chance to work. And surprise, surprise, we came to the first fib level, which was exactly, probably, I'm not gonna go down explaining you why probably, you have to watch my other content, but probably the most likely the fib level was at the end of March, the last week of March. I proceeded even make a video for you here saying that deep breath before the plunge. That was 88k Bitcoin and 2050 Ethereum. Immediately after that day, we started going down, and we crashed quite a lot. Ethereum crashed to 1400, Bitcoin crashed to 75k. That's already a decent sized correction by itself. So just this itself is and of course we had another corrections before that. So this level already worked. However, now the situation is much more tricky for me and complicated because Bitcoin is back. Basically, like shockingly, S&P 500 crashed a lot and Bitcoin is back. It held the level. It's 85k again. Ethereum is not back at all. It's just still, well, it is what it is. No comments there. So it is really tricky for me to decide, is this bullish? Is this a sign of strength? This is a sign of strength for sure, but it could also be a liquidity grab. It could, because there is lots of people saying it's like crypto is crash resistant. I've heard that. That's not true at all. So is this liquidity grab? And when I look at more closely at indexes, crypto indexes, especially on the week levels, crypto is really playing on my nerves, and not just mine but everybody's, because on technically it's really giving mixed signals. Because on daily, for instance, you see that on daily, for instance, total crypto index total broke 50-week moving average, and the last day retested it back and closed back on it, which should be a support, which should be extremely bullish, should go up. But when you switch to weekly, then you see that the end of the week was just actually closed on the 50-week moving average from below. So on the weekly it's extremely bearish, and on daily it's very bullish. And more cryptos and more indexes look a little bit like that, I have to say. Although my favorite altcoin, I would like to come back to it, it also looks a little bit like that. On daily, perfect, very bullish. On weekly, bearish like hell. It's so tricky. I'm unable. So I have decided to again wait at least a week more for crypto. This week's close will be very telling, I hope, and finally give me a clear signal, go in or stay out again. I do hope to see that this week, so stay tuned. I will make a video about it probably. And last but not least, probably a little bit of the explanation why I am so careful with crypto. It's very simple. It's logical even. Last week, everybody I know and every influencer I saw and every follower of that influencer I saw made money on crypto. We've broke multiple all-time highs on Bitcoin. We've broke all-time highs on few altcoins. We've broke all-time high on total. Last year was parabolic. Inauguration was the time when everybody was bullish. Nobody sold, basically. And after a year like that, it's actually much more likely you're gonna have disasters here. The last time I am in crypto since early 2018, and the last time I only saw a year like that once in my life. 2021 was that year, and in 2022 it was what it was. And actually it was because of the macro, because of stocks. And this year, even though I am now bullish for equities, but for the whole year I am not sure at all. I think it's more likely that this will be just a bear market rally for stocks. We will only retest 6,000 or so, and in the second half of the year, especially after summer or late part of the summer, we start really breaking down again, and actually we will have a recession. Actually, this year, in my opinion, is recessionary. We haven't had a recession since COVID after all, and it's definitely going to take crypto down, unless it decouples, but that's just hopium still. So to me, it is logical to be modest, not to be greedy when it comes to crypto, especially with crypto, because crypto can be very scammy. It can, like this, evaporate your hard-earned savings, your money, and I'm not going to do that.